I'm Dennis Barnes, Hip Hop Inquirer here, and we're sitting with two of the veteran fashion moguls of hip hop, Keith Perrin and Jay Alexander. How you doing, guys?
How you doing, man?
Good,
Appreciate
good,
it.
good,
What's
good,
up?
good. So you guys out here in Atlanta today, and you're obviously being honored and inducted in a fraternity. How's that experience been for you?
Oh man, it's been great. As I was telling you earlier, we was talking earlier. I never really had the college experience, so you know, sitting down there with those guys and seeing the brotherhood that they have down there was a wonderful thing today. Wonderful.
I mean, I can only agree with him. It's like, I did go to college, and I never actually get to join a fraternity. So, and that was really, I went to a FIT, so that was really more towards, here we
Wasn't
go.
no college.
Nah, that was really for like more the
Just
Southern
messing
colleges and
with you.
stuff like that. Howard, or
FIT.
whatever. It was FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. So I never got to do this. So I always wanted to be, to have this experience. So I'm kind of glad they asked us to, be honorary members. So.
Would you, I know you didn't go to college, but you went to college. Would you recommend pledging for someone, thinking about doing it?
Well, I recommend it if you can. It's great because with me, I think, we went FUBU, so we kind of pledged with ourselves, and we were like a brotherhood, and we would always bounce stuff off of each other. So here, it's almost like a gigantic version of what we were doing. So I mean, it's just extension to our family. I was saying when we was getting inducted. And I suggest everyone do it because it's all about networking and building and the success of others and living off the success of others and making your own success and bringing each other up, stuff like that. And if you can't do that, man, you're never going to be anywhere. And
Yeah,
if you have that knowledge, you need to take it and give it away.
yeah. 'Cause so often, us being black people, we tend to break each other down. That crab in the barrel syndrome. You know what I'm saying? So, being a part of this event today, I just saw that there was a enormous amount of just men just trying to uplift other men and teach other men. So it was a great experience. So I enjoyed it, man. We have another event at 6:30 tonight. So I'm gonna go switch it up, change the suits up, and switch it up, and then come back down and enjoy the VIP.
So let's talk about, obviously people want to know you guys have been in fashion. You've been part of more than just the FUBU brand, but Coogee and Crown Holder, and again, I know that the list on and on. What do you think about fashion today versus when you guys started out 20 something years ago?
Well, that old saying that everything comes back around, now it's to me it feels like the '80s again. All the tight shirts, all the tight jeans, the high top sneakers, back it just has that whole '80s feel. But as far as fashion and the evolution of fashion today, I just think it's just going, according to basically what, you know, the new generation is about right now. And that's a lot of things they wearing is more designer now, and they mixing and matching a little bit more. There's not too many sets as it was back in the days. When we were coming up, when we were doing our thing, everything had to match. The pants had to match the jeans and so on and so forth. But now it's a more of a mismatch type of thing going on right now.
And Jay, you attended FIT, and obviously you had that technical training in fashion. Do you recommend that route for someone aspiring to get into fashion?
100% recommend someone actually go to school. Even if they take like night courses, I suggest that, and, or just a course, because the fundamentals of anything is always key into doing what you're doing. Because if I didn't have that fundamentals, I couldn't have said, hey, let's go to A, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do
He was
this,
very instrumental
and
in educating
and I'm
us.
glad we did because in certain cases, almost like with IE our trademark, when I did my trademark, I put down so many variations, so many things. I put down we're doing flip flops to jewelry to everything to cologne, and it was like a long page list. And if I being that I did that in so many categories, years from now, years actually ago, we got sued. But then when we went back to our trademark, they looked and said, well, look, so we put that down as that. You can't say you did that because that's what we put down.
So
So I stopped a lot of lawsuits.
So what are you guys doing right now? Obviously, you have your footprint up, in a few things. What are you doing right now? Because I know you're obviously taking what you're doing to a different level. Keith, I know you have another business venture as well. You want to talk about that?
Not really. You know, I'm going to say a little something about it, but I got a couple other things going on right now. Working on, so I don't really want to put the word out yet until everything is finalized. But we're all venturing into new things. You got Damon, he's on Shark Tank. Jay has his own line of suits coming out soon. So everybody's just doing it.
Make sure I get one of those, please.
Everybody's doing a lot of different things right now, and we're actually just growing. We've been in the business almost 20 years now, so we've learned a lot of things.
Being anything 20 years says a lot.
Yeah, so it's we've learned. Like I said, we learned a lot, and if you don't use it, then you know
You lose
it's a waste. So.
I was watching a video the other night, and that video, we're probably gonna have that video as one of the featured videos of the day. It was the video. Oh yeah, that video was just like, I mean, the thing about what did you guys think about when you brought Luder in and you were all part of that energy and everything? Because you guys probably one of the first people in fashion that was in a music video.
I mean, it was a great thing. I mean, in that time, like I said, it was everyone. It was the energy of everyone just trying to do something at the same time, and everyone just kind of using each other's as a backbone, as a crutch to bring each other up. And that's how it was. I mean, from Puffy down to just Jay-Z, everyone was just building up. Now, like I said, it's just like everyone is free fall, and it's about how I can bring you down, and nobody wants to hear about anything good and anything going bad. So, like I said, back to the reason why we're here, it's like now we can be a part of a group, and where everyone wants to just bring each other up, and it's remarkable.
Who do you think right now in hip hop is making a big fashion statement? And someone's really defining fashion right now
Well,
as an artist.
You gotta admit, Kanye at this point, Kanye is actually about to show it in Fashion Week. Yeah, it's gonna show a Fashion Week this time.
Kanye came to the office and he's like, "I want to do a fashion line." This was back in as soon as he came out, my boy John Monopoly brought him up there and we was kicking it for a little while. And I told him, I said, "Listen, man, do music. You don't want to come in this fashion industry. It's not a joke. He's like, nah, I'm gonna do this line. I'm coming out with it next year." And it had to be about 8 years now, 7 to 8 years since we had that conversation. So, it's not easy. And a lot of people think, like Jay was mentioning earlier, about going to school and getting that knowledge. Knowledge is key. So if you don't educate yourself, then you're just going to find yourself losing money. I mean, we lost a ton of money coming out the gate. A lot of things that, we didn't go to school for, we paid for, you know what I'm saying, to learn, you know what I'm saying, wasting money and materials and whatnot. So, go to college, get your knowledge. I have a ton of people calling me all the time asking me, "Hey, I want to start a line, I want to do this, I want to do that," and don't have any inkling on what to do next. And I'm like, listen, go back, do your research, do your homework, and once you figure that out, then come talk to me, because you're not ready even to deal with the people that I'm dealing with. I can't put you in a relationship with somebody I'm working with if you want to do 50 shirts. You can go do 50 shirts on your own. You know what I'm saying? So just get the knowledge and the understanding of the whole business, because that thing, show is one word, and business is business. It's a lot. It's like 90% of what you need to know to be successful. And if you don't know that, then you just fiddling around and you're gonna fail.
Waste a lot of money.
Yeah, and waste a lot of money. And then nowadays it's not even the same. Like when we were coming up, we were able to go out and get an investor and come in, and people who saw, the potential in our company. Nowadays it's really hard. The recession is out there, and people are not spending money like that anymore. And if they are spending money like that, they want a proven track record, and then you have to come in and something similar to what Damon does on the show. We need to see sales. Now it's all about sales. Before it was, okay, you potentially have $3 million in sales. Maybe we can make you, let you get $1 million of that. Nowadays it's no more of that. You got to actually have something going on and do things for yourself. Don't always wait for somebody to do things for you, or figure you're going to come up with an idea and then, get into the business, because all that person's going to do is come and take, 51% of your business and make you
as we see in Shark Tank.
51 or more, and make you an employee of your own business. So try to do it on your own. It may be small, it may be, on a smaller scale, but give it time and it will grow, But a lot of people come in the game and I want to reach that plateau. You can't get there that fast, And when you try to, you wind up, like I said earlier, you give up most of your company trying to get that, get that money, and then you wind up losing in the end anyway.
I got this one phrase I bring up nowadays, and everybody has an ego, and there's so many people, these egos running around here. We don't have any egos anymore. I mean, like that's gone with the wind. And until you understand what the word ego really means, and to me, edging God out, then you really won't be able to go anywhere.
What do you guys think about? Because we're obviously an online brand. What do you think about online sales, or fashion sales? How's that? Do you think that the old school selling from boutiques and everything is the way to go, or really promoting online?
Well, with places like things like Groupon, and there's a whole bunch of them. They've taken over that realm. You understand, when you have a brick and mortar store, you have employees, you have rent, you have all that stuff. You take away all that, you sell it online, all you're doing is warehousing. You're gonna make more money, but then again, you still have the risk of chargebacks and fraudulent cards. But a lot of people are doing really, really well when it comes to e-commerce. E-commerce is going to be huge, and they say it's going to be, it may take over. It won't totally take over, because the problem is if still something tangible in your hand you're buying. Once you get it, if you don't like it, you're gonna send it back or whatever. But it's gonna be really big.
Right.
You don't have a presence. Every brand has a presence. You have to have a presence. If you don't, that's the new way. Technology.
You mean a brick and mortar presence?
Yeah, but that's what I was saying earlier. Do it yourself. So if it takes you to build a small e-commerce site just to get some sales up, just do it. Don't wait for somebody to come in and then now you need a site. Just do what you can do, even if it's on a small scale, and grow your business. You know what I'm saying? If you have something tangible, people will come.
Any final words that you guys want to leave that you haven't said already, that just so any misconceptions people had about Keith Perrin or Jay Alexander that you guys want to clear up, or anything, just...
We haven't sold Fubo. Nah. That's like the number one myth out there. I mean, we said it 1,000 times, man. I don't know, when it's actually going to be known that we haven't. Something like that, when you do something like that on a big scale, it's going to be newsworthy. You're going to know about it. I'm going to call you and tell you about it. But, you have all these other news publications that will print that, and blog sites that will get it out there. Right now, it's just a myth, but we haven't sold it. And another thing I want to say is persistence, is the key to winning. If you're not persistent, you're not going to win.
Jay?
Nobody's gonna take you seriously unless you take yourself seriously, unless you take what you do seriously. That's really it, man, because there's so many people out there, you want to jump into something as a joke, or jump into something because you see everybody else doing it.
It's a trend. It's the trendy thing to do, own a clothing line.
Or not, or you just think, you see everybody else making money at it, you figure you're gonna do it, do the same, and it's like, I can't take you seriously. I'll take you seriously when you're going through the growing pains and you're working it, and then all of a sudden you took it from A to B, and that's really it. I wake up every day. I promote myself on Twitter. I have a site that I promote as well, and I don't make any money from it, and I don't want to make any money from it. All I want to do is spread knowledge and help others, and that's really it.
What's this website that we can go to, obviously, to enlighten other people?
Fashionmind.com, and my Twitter is JALEXANDERM.
Very good, very good. So, guys, you have it. Oh, hold on, okay, Keith, you have a few Twitter pages. We're gonna get that in real quick.
Nah, mine is just at Keith Perrin Fubu.
That's what's up. Because I know you had some things on lock, so I didn't know if you want to put that out right now. But then you have two of the legendary people who are part of the hip hop culture and fashion when it all started. And I want to thank them for taking the time and talking to Hip Hop Inquirer magazine. You can check this interview out on hiphopinquirer.com, and you can hit each one of them up at their respective Twitter accounts, and just look for the interview. I'm Dennis Bryan. We're signing out.